Coach Gates, congratulations on a 2-0 start. First off, hey, what do you have to say about your team, just in general?
Oh man, in a season of so many challenges, I mean, they've just every day I remind them how proud I am of everything they've done that's gone above and beyond a normal season. You know, we've had to do testing, we've had to change venues, we've had to, cut our practices a little short sometimes to make room for some of the other sports, and it's just been amazing to watch us set the bar and have them jump right over it. So. Uh, I tell them every day as much as I can when they deserve it that I'm amazed by their resiliency.
Great. Hey, speaking of all the changes and challenges, I understand you've had to take practice to another location for the week. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, we're on like the tour. So we went over to one of our local middle schools, Grant Middle School, which was fun for some of our players because they hadn't been back since they graduated. So we went over there, and again, it's just one of those challenges. And our word for the season is flexibility, and we remind them of that. So yeah, we went over there, made the best out of it, and it was kind of fun to be in a different venue actually, to be out there, and it was fun to see some of the guys reliving their middle school memories over there.
Very cool. Let's cut to some football questions. One of your super fans wrote in and said, from an offensive standpoint, Reedley High School is tough to stop because they operate with three quarterbacks. I know you use number 1 as a wildcat, number 12 as your starter, and then number 8 comes in for some passing situations. Can you talk a little bit about those three guys and the teammates they are and how they've been willing to share time?
Yeah, we may be one of the only teams in the country that rotate three, but it's a good problem to have. Jacob Rocha is our sophomore, and we think he'll be good for us for the next remaining of this season and for the next two. And then Mike Rios is just a different level athlete, so we have some packages for him that we put in that make him hard to stop. And then Nick Asada is just a great story. He's a senior. He's got a strong arm, and he comes in and calm and cool, and he just plays like a senior. And so we like bringing him in and just really stretching the defense out with the pass game.
All right. One of the YouTube commenters was watching the offensive line. This is an offensive line aficionado. And they were taken aback by how well number 50 protects the quarterback at all costs, specifically one play where the quarterback was rolling to the right. And he said, number 50 turned his hips, picked up a defensive lineman, and saved a sure sack into a completion. Can you talk about number 50? Who is that?
Yeah, that's big. Nate Bulkin. And, I think the last time we got together and talked, I talked about the strength of our team is the strength of our O-line, and that's proven to be true. Nate is just a beast in the weight room, and he's a beast at practice. And, it's funny that fan picked up on that because I actually had a conversation with the coach we're going to play this week, and Nate stood out to him as well on film. He said, that number 50 is a man. And I said, yeah, he is. So it's good to see that. Not only do we recognize it, but fans are recognizing it, and probably even more importantly, opposing coaches are realizing that all his hard work's paying off.
Great. One other player, while we're down there in the trenches, another fan talked about how it seems like number 34 is always around the football. It seems like he's a magnet. I know he plays D-line for you. Can you talk about a little bit about who number 34 is and what he's meant to the anchor of that D-line?
Yeah, so that's Juan Sanchez. He's another one of our seniors, another guy that's just worked hard in the years that I've been at the program, and it's players get to a point, usually their senior year, sometimes their junior year, where I think the game slows down for them, and all the coaching kind of makes sense to them. And I know that sounds a little weird, but at some point the kids start to realize, oh, you know what, the coach knows what he's talking about, and if I do this technique, I'm gonna be pretty good. So Juan's another one that really, busts his tail in the weight room, and it shows out on Friday nights. And now his technique is getting really, really good, and so he's a standout for us, and we're lucky to have him on the D-line. He's really making an impact in the D-line.
So transitioning from, the season and then a couple of your standout players down there in the trenches, what do you expect this Friday as you take on Roosevelt?
Roosevelt's very well coached. Coach Brandstetter actually was a Reedley coach for a while, and he played at Fresno State. He's coached at the high school level on a championship team at Clovis North, and he coached at the junior college level locally here at Fresno City College. So one thing you know about a Roosevelt team is they're well coached. So they're gonna be where they're supposed to be, and their technique is gonna be good. And if you're not on your game as a coach, he'll embarrass you. So knowing that, we're just going to continue with what we do, and hopefully they think the same of us. Hopefully our guys are where they're supposed to be, and their technique is sound. And I kind of reminded my team of that today. It's a big game of chess, and they're the chess pieces. I can call the best play in the world, but unless they execute it, it's for nothing. So I expect a lot out of Roosevelt. Last year's game was a battle. Came down to 2 plays, really, honestly, and I fully expect them to just try to pound the ball a little bit on the line of scrimmage and catch us sleeping and try to hit the deep ball. So definitely our toughest challenge of the year, no doubt.
Thanks for your time, Coach Gates, and watch out for that tight end pop pass. We know Vinny was an old tight end for the Bulldogs.
That's right.